Long ago, a soldier named Odysseus helped the Greeks defeat their enemies, the Trojans, in a long and bloody war.
During the days of celebrating that followed, though, the Greeks completely forgot to thank the gods for bringing them victory.
And, believe me, we gods get angry when you humans don't say thank you. To punish the Greeks, the gods sent confusing winds that blew Greek ships off course as they made their long voyages home.
Some Greeks had to wrestle with gods before they were allowed home. Others simply met a watery fate.
Even Odysseus, whose clever ways I have always loved, was given a hard time. Though I helped the man whenever I could, he had to fight his own battles to get home to his wife and son.
I composed an epic story called The Odyssey about Odysseus struggled to get home again. It's a big story, but with the help of Athena, I'll tell you a bit of it. After leaving the wrecked city of Troy, Odysseus and his crew set sail for Greece. But the gods' ill winds drove them first to the island of Ismaros, whose residents were fierce fighters who hated strangers.
Captain, I see land and a city. We're starving, We haven't eaten since we left Troy, and we are about to run out of peppermint tea.
Well, now we're out. No, let's try to keep heading for home.
Captain, if you tell us no, don't be surprised if we rebel and go there anyway. Then you'll have to row home by yourself, and you don't want that to happen. Yeah, what are you afraid of? If we can beat the Trojans, we can handle anything that comes our way.
All right, we'll go ashore, but make it snappy.
When the Greeks landed, they defeated the island's warriors right on the beach. Though one or two of the island's soldiers escaped and ran into the thick forest nearby. They began to feast on goats and peppermint tea they found at hand.
Hey, this peppermint tea is sweet. Once it nearly gave me a sugar rush. Too bad there's only a few gallons for each of us. Ha ha ha. Captain, why aren't you drinking and celebrating?
This is no time for a party. Those warriors who got away could have gone for help. Odysseus was right. An army of warriors had already surrounded the feasting soldiers. With a shout, they attacked.
The Greeks were caught off guard, but Odysseus organized a brilliant retreat. He and his men made it back to their ship, although many lives were lost.
As the Greeks mourned their dead comrades, Odysseus warned the crew.
We lost more soldiers just now in Ismaros than we did in Troy. We can't afford to be careless. I hope I can keep that in mind until we get home.
For 9 days, the sea and wind became mysteriously calm. The men rowed, but they seemed to get nowhere. Supplies were again running low.
But then a powerful current brought them to an island that looked peaceful.
What can happen to us there, Captain? Come on, we've got to go ashore for more water and peppermint tea, or we'll die of thirst.
Listen to me. This time we're going to send a search party to explore the island first. They can tell us if it's safe. You too. Go and see if the islanders here are peaceful, and be back before sunset or no dinner for you.
Aye, Captain.
When stormy went inland, they found themselves lost in a deep forest. Suddenly, they stumbled into a clearing.
Before them, they saw a cave covered with vines. Outside the cave burned a fire of sweet smelling wood. They saw a beautiful woman weaving and singing.
But the strangest thing of all was that around the cave lay wild animals, lions, wolves that acted just like house cats and puppy dogs. The woman called to the men.
Welcome, you weary travelers. I can see that you've had a hard voyage. My home is your home.
She led the men to beautiful thrones inside the cave and sat them before a table covered with jugs of peppermint tea, wheels of cheese, bread cakes, and honey. The half-starving men feasted and feasted.
Are you comfortable now?
Oh yes, I'm afraid afraid I've made a pig of myself.
What an interesting choice of words.
At that moment, Circe raised a magic wand and uttered a strange spell. In a flash, the men lost their human features and began growing snouts and tails. They had been turned into pigs. Circe turned them into a pig pen where they squealed and begged for help.
Oink, oink, oink. Oink, oink, oinkity, oink, 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 oink.
Only one of the Greek scouts remained in human form. He hadn't liked what he saw when they arrived at the cave, and had hidden himself in nearby trees to see what would happen. Shocked by what he saw, he now ran back to the ship to tell Odysseus about the disaster.
I need the gods' help now.
In answer to that prayer, the messenger god Hermes brought down a word of advice from Mount Olympus.
Take this plant and eat it. It will protect you from the witch's charm. But you must face her yourself. But you must face her yourself if you want to free your companions.
So Odysseus started the difficult hike through the island forest, clutching a special gift from Hermes all the while. At last, he reached the witch's cave. It was hard to miss with its big pen of squealing and grunting pigs.
I'm looking for a group of men that passed through this area this morning. Have you seen them? One's about yay tall, the other one's about yay tall.
I don't believe so. But have some food and something to drink, and maybe I'll remember.
Circe took Odysseus to the same table that was set with yet another feast. When he had eaten and drunk, the witch smiled and waved her wand.
Now, into the pen with you. You'll be the head pig.
But Odysseus, still a man, pulled out his sword and shouted.
No more tricks. You see, the gods are on my side. Now turn my men back to the way they were and make it snappy.
An evil plot.
Circe tried again and again to turn Odysseus into the pig.
Ha! You can't turn me into a pig because I ate that special lettuce to protect me from your evil charms. Now turn my men back and make it quick.
I'm not capable, but take this gift instead.
Okay, what is it?
Even though Odysseus knew it was a trick, he couldn't resist another gift.
It's nothing but my favorite plant. Triple threat cabbage.
Are you tricking me? Are you tricking me? That sounds very suspicious.
That's what it is.
The second she said that, I could tell by past experience that she would turn the plant into a hydra. But Odysseus had no clue whatsoever.
Odysseus took the gift, and right as he did, guess what happened?
What? This isn't a plant. This is a hydra. I knew you were up to something, you cheater.
Well, I am an evil witch after all. What do you think?
Odysseus had battled many beasts, but never a hydra.
How am I going to defeat this wretched beast?
Are you a chicken? Because I'll roast you like one.
You can probably tell the hydra is probably young, but still fierce and very different from the other two. As well, he can talk.
You can talk? I thought hydras couldn't talk.
At that moment, Circe set up an amphitheater.
Then the hydra stepped into the ring and Odysseus followed.
Oh, and now, welcome to season 2 of GGS, or Greek God Showdown.
Oh, and this is getting good, folks. Odysseus just made his first move. He went ahead and cut off one of the hydra's heads.
Oh, right. I forgot you humans are rookies. Of course you can't beat me. Ha!
The hydra started spitting flames physically, if you know what I mean. This will be the best match ever. Right, Athena?
Oh, definitely, Homer. But poor Odysseus was very confused. He had no idea how to defeat the hydra while Circe was leaning him up in a comfy chair.
What's wrong with you?
Suddenly, a broken light bulb came to Odysseus' puny brain.
What to do? Oh, I I know. I'll cut off all of its heads.
And that was Odysseus' worst move ever. And I've seen 32 of his other matches.
So he did, and Hydra had 10 new heads. Just wow.
Oh, and Hydra shoots more fire and nearly kills Odysseus.
Stay tuned for more CGS after the break. Dun, dun,
And we're back on GGS.
He's frozen strong, and Hydra gets a nasty cut on his back.
Come on, Hydra, step up your game.
Mom, stop! I need to focus.
Oh, don't you talk to your mother like that.
Oh, and Odysseus realizes his chance here.
While the Hydra and Circe were arguing, Odysseus hurried next to the Hydra and got ready to attack.
Bye. Bet you didn't see that coming, did ya?
We will meet again, Odysseus.
Well, that's it, folks. Odysseus is victorious once again.
And
that's it on GGS.
Come on, you're allowed to get in. Clap!
Later that night, Circe turned his men back into humans again, and they were finally on their boat once again.
Finally, heading home.
However, up in Mount Olympus, the home of the gods, Zeus wanted to make Odysseus' journey harder.
Zeus was still very angry at Odysseus, that Odysseus did not thank the gods. So Zeus started a very deadly thunderstorm. He was brewing up a nasty one.
Captain, looks like a storm is coming. We should steer away from it.
No, we've had way too many distractions. Let's keep going. The storm doesn't look that bad.
Here, why don't I check my weather app?
Okay, but make it snappy.
Odysseus, I just realized that weather apps don't exist yet. But my prediction would say that the storm's coming closer really fast.
I have to admit, even though Odysseus is smart, at least sometimes, this was a moment he was not. The crew were right about the storm. It was coming towards them fast. As they sailed into the storm, the wind in the ocean got rough. The wind was so strong, it swept away the sails.
Oh no, we can't sail. The storm and in the storm too. So, Captain, this is all your fault. You should have listened to us.
Sheesh, who's the backup for us? We can keep them in one piece if we're lucky.
As the boat was rocking back and forth, the oars got stuck in the sand and the waves were low. But when a big wave came, the oars were so stuck and the waves were so strong, the oars broke in half. The crew members were shocked at their terrible luck.
Oh, come on!
While the crew was attempting to paddle with broken oars, a giant wave came and flipped the boat over.
Help me, I'm drowning. I can't swim.
I'll save you. Besides, how can Sarah not swim? Are you even qualified for this job?
That is personal information, so hurry up and help me.
After Odysseus saved the crew, they started swimming towards their flipped-over boat. Little did they know something was in the water below.
Ow, I think there's something in the water.
It's a shark. Swim, swim, swim.
They all swam as fast as they could and got to the bottom and got on the bottom of the boat. The shark circled around them for hours and the storm was getting worse.
Hooray. Wait. Hey, I have an idea. What if we use the broken paddles to poke the shark?
That's a stupid idea. Back in my day, we fed part of our crew to the shark.
Well, you can just leave, and I will not be feeding any of our crew to the shark except for you.
Odysseus and the remaining crew stabbed and poked the shark until it swam away to find food that doesn't fight back.
Hooray, we can defeat anything. Excuse me? We nearly died. Have you noticed we are in the middle of a storm? This is no time to party, it's time to panic. We are in no situation to act like children.
As he said that, the storm started to calm down.
What were you saying?
I was just talking about the beautiful weather. Isn't it beautiful? Will you guys ever stop fighting? Absolutely not. Never, ever, 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 ever. I always get my way, and this time won't be any different. The only way for us to stop fighting is for me to get my way, so deal with it.
They drifted through the sea, away from the storm. However, a fog rolled in.
Anyway, I still can't believe you can't swim. You said you would teach me backstroke next Wednesday.
Odysseus and the crew argued for hours as they were drifting out to sea. They then realized that they were lost at sea and in a thick fog.
We're in big trouble now, Captain.
Captain's curiosity.
Just when a little gust of wind blew a tiny window in the fog, a lookout shouted that the ship was about to run aground. A few feet ahead of them was a beautiful green island. High above them, on some kind of cliff, they could hear a waterfall. Here they spotted goats and other animals.
How beautiful. The gods must have brought us here to make up for our bad luck in the past.
Everyone agreed the gods were finally on their side again, or so they thought. Carefully, the crew got out and hunted some wild goats. They cooked up a meal and were pleased to be left in peace.
Before I leave, I'd like to know who lives on this island. I'll take some men with me and do a little exploring.
This time, Odysseus' curiosity got the best of him. Before setting out, though, something told him that he should pack a few jugs of sweet peppermint tea he had gotten on Ismaros. It was advice that he would later thank the gods for.
Odysseus and his men discovered a huge cave. A boulder lay next to the entrance. Inside the cave were pens where goats and sheep were kept. Whoever lived there made cheese from the animal's milk.
Captain, haven't we seen enough? Why don't you take some goats and some cheese for our journey? We can leave the peppermint tea as payment and just leave now.
Not so fast. Look at the huge fire. Look at that chair. Whoever lives in this cave must be a giant. I've never seen a giant. Let's stay and get a look at it so we'll have some good stories to tell the kids when we get home.
Uninvited guests.
As they were speaking, they heard a rumble of footsteps. Quickly, they ran to the back of the cave.
Now don't be rude. From the looks of this cave, whoever lives here must be quite civilized.
First, a herd of sheep. Big creatures, almost as large as cows, with heavy long hooves, raced into the cave. Then a gigantic body stepped into the entrance of the cave, blocking out the light. The Greeks heard the scraping sound of the boulder being rolled across the opening.
They saw sparks that told them someone was starting a fire. As the flames grew, they could finally see who lived in the cave.
Look how big it is.
Let's get out of here now. We can't. We're trapped.
The giant was massive, with arms and legs the size of oak trees. He had only one eye, right in the center of his forehead.
The men tried to remain hidden in the back of the cave, but as luck would have it, one of the Greeks sneezed. The Cyclops, that was the name the Greeks gave such beings, looked up.
Who's there? Show yourselves. Tell me what you were doing here.
Then Odysseus, who had gotten his men into this mess, spoke up.
We're trying to find our way home, but fate brought us to this island. We are friendly travelers. Don't forget, it's good luck to be nice to travelers.
Big deal. Why do I have to worry about what the gods like or don't like? Tell me, are there more of you on this island?
Oh,
always quick on his feet, Odysseus made up a story.
No, just us. Our ship crashed against the rock and we were the only ones who survived.
Well, in that case, you'll make several small but tasty meals. I get so tired of goat cheese and leg of lamb.
Suddenly, the Cyclops reached out and tried to grab one of Odysseus' crew members. Odysseus and his men screamed. They were horrified.
You can't just murder us. The gods who protect all strangers will punish you.
Ha! I am protected by Poseidon. The sea god is my father. No one can punish me.
The next morning, the Cyclops tried to eat one more of the crew members for breakfast, but he was unlucky once again. Then he moved aside the rock to let his sheep out to graze.
As he left the cave, the giant rolled the stone back to trap the Greeks inside.
I'll see you for dinner.
A plan.
We can't just sit here and wait. But we can't kill the Cyclops. He's the only one that's strong enough to move the rock away. If he dies, we'll be trapped in this cave. Wait, I've got a plan.
When the Cyclops returned to the cave that night, Odysseus was ready for him.
Oh, great sir. We are very sorry we've trespassed on your property. Please accept a gift from us.
A gift for me? Why, you shouldn't have. What is it?
Some delicious peppermint tea. Please accept it and be merciful to us.
Now this Ismaro's peppermint tea was very sweet stuff. People always added 20 gallons of water to each jug because a cup of pure peppermint tea would give them a sugar rush. Odysseus though offered the whole jug of pure peppermint tea to the Cyclops, and he drank the whole thing in one gulp.
Thank you. Or what did you say your name was?
I'm called No One, son of nobody.
Then, hyper from the peppermint tea, the Cyclops slammed into the wall and passed out.
Odysseus and his comrades took a long pole from one of the sheep pens. They sharpened it.
Then, with Odysseus leading the charge, they ran the pole with all their strength, aiming it at the Cyclops' only eye.
The Cyclops roared out in pain. Surprised, look up the other Cyclops people who lived nearby. They stood outside his blocked-up cave and called in.
What's happened to you? Are you okay?
No one has hurt me. No one has blinded me.
Well, no one has bothered you. Don't disturb us.
Now, the Cyclops was determined to eat every last one of the Greeks.
It may take me longer to find you, but you can't escape. I'll keep you stuck up in this cave until I found each and every one of you.
When the Cyclops let out his big sheep the next day, Odysseus whispered to his men that this was their chance to escape.
Each of you, hold on to the bottom of one of the sheep. Let them carry you out, but don't let the Cyclops touch you, or we'll be dead men.
The men did as their leader ordered. They slung themselves under the ox-sized sheep and grabbed hold of the thick wool to make sure they stay out of the reach of the Cyclops.
The Cyclops touched each sheep before he let it out of the cave to make sure he wasn't letting any of the humans escape.
There, my pretty lambs. You can see the light of day, but those men will rot in darkness. That is, until I find them.
Odysseus was the last to leave the cave. He didn't know that he had hitched a ride under one of the Cyclops' favorite sheep. The giant patted the old ram on the back and spoke to it.
Oh, my pet, I may be blind, but I know you. But why are you so slow today? You're usually one of the first ones out of the pasture. You must be upset about my eye. Don't worry, I'll make no one pay for this.
The monster's hand came within an inch of Odysseus, but that wasn't close enough. The old ram ran out of the cave, and Odysseus was free.
Once again, the Greeks were safely on the beach. Odysseus couldn't resist taunting Cyclops.
Hey, Cyclops! Sorry we couldn't stay for another meal.
How did you miserable little rats get out? Well, here's a parting gift for you.
Aiming in the direction of the voice, the Cyclops hurled a huge stone that splashed into the ocean. It created a huge wave that flipped the boat back over. Even though it that was good, Odysseus and his crew climbed into the boat.
Captain, please don't anger him. He might throw another rock.
I can't help myself. In case anyone asks who outsmarted you, tell them Odysseus from Ithaca was the man.
Odysseus, so that's your real name. I've heard it before. May Poseidon, my father, made your travels hard to bear. If fate says you must reach home, so it be. But let your journey be filled with torment.
The journey home.
No matter what, we have to be ready for anything. I'm going to have some peppermint tea so I will be able to stay awake all night. Nobody has to take over the wheel. I will only be a second.
When Odysseus came back, the boat was in a big vortex.
Why did nobody take over the wheel?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you told us not to. We're all gonna die now.
As the boat was spinning faster, I helped Odysseus remember his sailing practice so he could sail out of the vortex. But as Odysseus sighed with relief, he sailed into a nursery of serpents.
Why does this always have to happen to me?
But to their surprise, the serpents swam away, and there was something lurking in the water. Sadly, Odysseus didn't notice it at all, except some more peppermint tea.
While he was drinking peppermint tea, they were attacked by a baby kraken.
You may be wondering what a baby kraken is. It's basically a giant octopus, but when I mean giant, I mean giant. The baby kraken was pretty small. It jumped up and bit Odysseus' finger.
Ow! That hurt!
As the baby kraken was in midair, the mother kraken jumped up out of the sea and ate the baby kraken. And wow, I thought my mom was evil.
Holy cow! What just happened?
He said that the daddy kraken jumped out of the water and made a giant wave and ate them all. As you can tell, these krakens are cannibals.
Odysseus' finger hurt so bad he had to throw something in anger. The closest thing to Odysseus was a barrel of peppermint tea. Odysseus threw the peppermint tea at the daddy kraken, and turns out krakens are allergic to peppermint tea.
Take that, you little big monster!
The kraken sank back into the sea, covered in hides and had a horrible migraine. By then, the ship was nearly in splinters.
We are so dead.
There's always hope. Grab your rope and the barrels and wood. Let's make a raft.
We lost all our peppermint tea and half the crew with the ship.
Work faster. There's still hope.
After they rebuilt the raft, Odysseus sailed home to regain his throne once again.
There was a grand celebration for Odysseus to be home, but Odysseus knew that he would have to go back to sea.
I would like a new boat in case I need to go back to sea. I'll need a crew trained too.
Later that day, Odysseus went around picking the best sailors for his next voyage. Everyone who had heard about his last voyage turned him down. Those who hadn't heard decided to join him.
Training was very tough for the sailors, but the ones who were very committed got through it. It was another great adventure, but that's another story for another time. I admit Odysseus is my favorite human. He is very smart, or sometimes, and I'm the goddess of wisdom after all.
Even today, we remember Odysseus' bold spirit when we call a difficult journey an odyssey.
The end.